Welcome to another edition of the Rip Report. I'm Jarret Johnson. I'm joined by the mighty Joe Yeager. The Rip Report, Joe, of course, is talking about Texas Tech baseball. Red Raiders open up the season with a 3-game series, actually, against Oregon because the 4th game was canceled due to frigid weather. But they won it 2-1 after dropping the first game. We each, were at the law for a game, covered a game. What was your overall impression of the number 3 ranked Red Raiders on opening series, opening weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I know that some people are disappointed that they even lost a game. I understand that. I mean,
how dare they?
Yeah, I know. Number 3 team in the country. Expectations around here are crazy high.
Sure.
But I mean, as I wrote in the article about the game that I attended, I just like the fact that both in the game that I saw and overall in the series as well, they simply, they got behind. They got behind in the series. They got behind in games, and they came back and they won the series. And they came back and they won a couple of games. I think that sort of thing early in the season against a quality ball club is a character building sort of a deal, and it could be one of those deals where you kind of build that mentality where you believe you're going to win every game, no matter what the situation is, and because of that, you're going to be in any game. So I like the mental side of this team and the toughness that I see from them, the mental toughness.
I agree. That was my main positive takeaway, was because, look, they brought back a lot of really good parts. I mean, Josh Young. I mean, you can go on down the line. They brought back a lot of really good parts, but augmented with a lot of new parts. Now, these are highly rated, well thought of, talented pieces that they've added. But still, until they get out there, you don't know, man. You don't know how tough this team's going to be. We knew they're going to be big. We knew they're going to be fast, talented, all that stuff. But how tough was this team going to be? Well, honestly, they passed with flying colors the first series because, like you said, they trailed in every game. They won 2 of them against a quality opponent in Oregon, in a quality program. So that's good to see. Now, it's early, but starting pitching was not what I think everyone expects from the number 3 ranked team, and what we come to expect from just Red Raider baseball in general. Like I said, it's early. I was actually very worried about catcher. I covered the first game, and Oregon stole 8 bases, all right? 8 in 9 attempts. You're not going to win a lot of ball games with that. It's kind of like turning the ball over in football and basketball. You're not going to win giving up that many stolen bases. And most of those guys, I mean, it wasn't just empty bases. I mean, a lot of those guys ended up getting home. So I tipped my cap to Oregon there, but with Braxton Fulford coming in over the next 2 games, he really settled them down. Oregon only stole 4 over the next 2 games. I mean, obviously night and day difference. I like Fulford. He's young. He's a local kid. He's got a heck of a bat too. I believe he belted 2 home runs. Fulford is a guy who can really settle that catcher position. They still have talent behind him. So that was my main takeaways, Joe. I wanted to ask you, who is your MVP?
Yeah, I mean, I really like Gabe Holt. I really do. I mean, it's not that he necessarily put up massive numbers from the plate or anything like that, but I really like what he does in the field. I think he's improved a lot over last year. I think maybe center field, I don't recall for certain, maybe not his natural position coming out of high school. I think he had to do some adjusting there. He may have been an infielder. He was an infielder. Yeah, so that's a heck of an adjustment. And so there were some struggles in the field with him last year, but I think he's really, really improved based upon what I've seen. He's got speed, and I think he's got a good arm. He's got a good knack and feel for where the ball gets good jumps, with the ball coming off the bat. And so I just really like what I see from him in the field. He can steal bases once he gets on base. And he's, I think, a pretty solid contact hitter. So I like what I see from Holt.
Yeah, Holt and Wright, I really like that. Freshman Max Marshak from Amarillo. And then Dylan Noisy had a really good series in left field. I mean, those 3, that's a lot of speed, a lot of talent, a lot of athleticism out there in the outfield. So that's pretty fun to watch and going to be fun to watch this season. All right, up next for the Red Raiders is Kentucky. It doesn't get any easier. Kentucky's 3-0. They played Austin Peay, swept Austin Peay to open the season. Now they come to Texas Tech. It's going to be an interesting series. Last year it snowed in Kentucky during one of their games. I don't think the forecast calls for snow, but it's been pretty cold. I think it's supposed to warm up this weekend, though. I think it's supposed to be pretty nice weather. Probably windy, though. It's that time of year. So I'm expecting a really good series against the Wildcats, Joe. But great stuff from you as always. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time.